Hey, good day, everybody. Welcome back to another amazing episode of RC Time Attack Challenge. And right in front of us, right on the track right now, I brought out the two cars that have already been tested here and already did their lap times. And leading the way so far is the Armour Senton. If you had seen the previous video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, please go and check it out. And while I'm saying that, just please subscribe to the channel. It makes a massive difference to the future of what we're doing right now to get this chart going. You know, it's almost like the BBC Top Gear program where the Stig used to take cars around and then they had this chart with the fastest laps on it. And so this is kind of where we want to go with this whole deal, but just in the RC car format. All right, so the MJX finished up around the track recently and it did a lap time of 37.43, I think, or 48, and then the Armour Senton went and trashed that time with a 28.78. Just unbelievable. 8.7 seconds faster than the rally car. Unreal, but a beautiful car, this MJX. Really like it. The Senton's just amazing. It was out the box really fast and really enjoyable to drive. The MJX, I must say, was a massive challenge. And again, gonna have a look at those programs, those channel programs of mine, to see exactly what I've been talking about and see exactly where it's been rated at and what lap times it did and how it did those lap times. But guys, this is not about these two cars today. Although they are leading the chart so far, we have a new challenger. Okay, the Senton is four-wheel drive. The Polo is four-wheel drive, but the new car waiting in the wings that we're going to be testing in a couple of seconds from now is the new Traxxas Slash two-wheel drive. Yes, sir, two-wheel drive. We just decided, man, let's go and do something very different with the Fox body. I look at that little Foxy out there. That's just beautiful. And I've done a couple of practice runs with it. It seems very quick, a little bit more difficult to handle, but it's very light, this car, compared to the other two cars. In fact, the MJX is a very heavy car, okay? And I think that might be its downfall on this circuit of ours. But the Senton really performed well, but now we got a challenge here. Who's going to be number one? Let's give it a go. Hang on, let me get ready, and then we'll hit the track. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and ye are off. Oh, that's better. That's better. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, that car is just epic. Very quick there. Trying to turn it in. Turns in pretty decent. Got it a little bit out of shape. Oh, yes. That doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look bad. The gyro's working pretty good down there. Oh, this car is so powerful. Oh, we're going to have to do a rerun on this one, guys. I'm sorry. This was a little bit more tricky for me, and let's just get it back in line again and see where we end up. Okay, so give me 1 second and we'll hit the track again. Round number 2. Yeah, you saw me go off there. Just a bit of inexperience, I guess. That's just where it's going to be, especially with this two-wheel drive deal. I think this is really a tricky one. So let me get ready and let's go and do those 3 hot laps and see where we end up with this new Traxxas Slash, the Fox edition. Wow, man, this is just, oh, let me just get this thing off the line really nice and neatly. Just wish me luck here, guys. Let's go. Oh, that's pretty decent off the line. Getting it lined up nicely for the straightaway. Yeah, got some good power there. Turn it in nicely. Yes. This car is so fast. I'm just battling to just put the power down because it's got so much. Oh, that's beautiful. Got a nice little drift coming out there. Slowed it down a little bit. Oh, that's nice. Oh, yes, this is on the last lap. Let's see if we can keep it together. Don't make too many mistakes. Ran it a little bit wide there. Run it in quite nicely. Oh, it's got nice speed coming through the slower stuff, but I got it a little bit sideways coming out, and there we go. Hey, guys, back in the shop. Wowee. That was actually quite a challenge. Okay, this car is extremely powerful in two-wheel drive format. I am excited actually to see one of these in four-wheel drive. So I think down the line we're going to get one of these in four-wheel drive. Straight line speed. I mean, on this track it's just almost impossible to touch max throttle. It's just all over the place. Nothing wrong with it, okay? It's not that the car's bad or anything. It's just that this car is extremely powerful, but just a beauty. Look at that. Just, wow, that fox on the, I love the color scheme. I just love the car. And there's our leader of the pack right now, that Senton, standing there. But where did we end up with this deal? We're going to have a look at that in a second. Let's just quickly take this body off and just give you a quick rundown. You'll see everything's still dusty straight off the track. I like doing it like that so that you can see that we haven't been messing around. We've just come straight off the track and started doing this review, and you can see the car's looking pretty decent. What I do like about this, and this is very exciting, is that this platform, compared to all the other platforms, doesn't gather as many stones as the others do. Okay, the MJX is extreme, just fills the car up. The Senton's not bad, but still captures a lot of debris and stuff. But this car is just nice and clean. I mean, you just give it a shakedown and bang, there you are. No stones jammed anywhere. I can't see anything right now. And so let's me just look at the car in general. Like it. It's really nice. And I haven't got anything negative to say about the car. Okay, I did, when I received the car, noticed, actually I did a first shakedown run, and this bolt over here in the suspension was not fully screwed in. It was sticking out quite far actually, and it could easily have come out, but I don't see that too much as a problem. I think we all need to just quickly check these things before we drive them anyway, so there's not an issue there. Okay, next thing, quality wise compared to the Armor, I think it's slightly, and when I say slightly, I think the body on the Senton is even a little bit better than this. Okay, the clip system, quite nice. I don't have any issues with it. Still prefer the Armor system. A lot of people I see don't like the Armor system. I really like it. I think it's very well engineered. This is practical, works pretty decent, and probably nicer than having pins. Okay, so before I give the final evaluation, let me just give you a brief of where we're going to go with this car, because this car's got two aspects to it. Okay, and when I bought it, I decided I'm going to buy the lower center of gravity kit. Okay, and this could change things up quite a bit when it comes to lap time, and that's 1 inch lower. So that chassis sits 1 inch lower than that, and I want to do that in the next week or so and put that chassis on here and just have a nice test to see what difference does that lower center of gravity make. Look, in the real world of racing, which I've been involved in most of my life, 25 odd years of motorsports in my life, lower center of gravity always wins. Okay, let's see how that applies to RC cars. I think it's going to make a difference. I really think it's going to make a difference. Okay, controls of the radio and stuff, not bad. The Traxxas deal works pretty well, just as the Senton does, and just as the MJX. There's the MJX standing up there, and really like that car as well. But when it comes to speed, the Senton has really set the benchmark. And where does the Traxxas fit in? Evaluation, I'm going to give this car an 88 out of 100. Okay, not because there's anything bad with it at all. The Senton got a 92 out of 100, and the 88 comes out just slight quality difference, and I think that needs to be looked into. And again, nothing wrong with the car, so please don't judge me on that. It's just the initial appeal. When it came out the box, just like the Armor comes out the box, you put it on the track, it goes. There's no issue with that as well. All right, guys, but the thing that you've been waiting for the most is, where did this car end up in its lap time? My first session that I did with it, you saw me spin off there, because really it is quite hard to control the two-wheel drive in these conditions. But this is really the criteria. So we're looking at this criteria to say to ourselves, how well do these cars perform? And you see, and this is where the rest of the RC world is just, they're playing with them. That's fine. You can go and bash it, you can trash it, you can ramp it. That's all cool, very nice. But when it comes to a proper analytical, let's call it breakdown of the car, then the lap time is absolutely tells us everything. How does the car handle? How does it grip? How does it put the power down? How does it track in a straight line? All these factors come into play, and then it gives us a time, and that time tells you, listen, this car is quite fast, or no, it's actually quite useless. Okay, so the lap time that this car ended up doing is a 31.08, guys. 31.08 with a top speed of 34 kilometers an hour. and that relates to, I haven't worked out the miles an hour yet, and that relates to our chart. If I go back onto the chart here, and I see I've got shadows again here, so apologies for that, and I'll address it, but that was the Sentin, okay? 20.5 mile an hour, 28.78 time, and a 33 kilometer an hour. So looking at it, the Traxxas is slightly faster in a straight line. I think it's even faster than that, okay? Because if you can hit the power at the right time and you can get that thing lined up in the on the straight properly, I think it's going to go way faster than the Sentin in a straight line. But you don't have the braking force. Remember now, on two-wheel drive, you only got, let me just take you back here, you've only got the braking force on these two back wheels. And I think that is where the big difference between the four-wheel drives. It's not as much just the traction, but that brake, I can see it on the brakes. I can't slow this car down. It's so fast in a straight line. It just wants to keep on running. As soon as you slow down too much on the brakes, it brings the back end around, and you saw the result in one of the runs with that, okay? But I think it's pretty decent. I think a 31.08 is not bad. The top speed, 1 kilometer an hour faster, so it's probably about 0.7 of a mile an hour quicker, which we need to understand on a short course like this is actually quite significant, okay? So don't look at the speed and the lap time as being ridiculous. It's actually quite significant. So the top speed is really 1 kilometer an hour is really very, very quick. Okay, in the lap time side of it, what we're looking at the 2-3 seconds, we're looking around about 3.5 seconds off the pace of the Sentin. That is quite significant over the distance we did. That's 560 foot distance we did. Yeah, 564 foot and 100, which is 172 meters in distance. Okay, so that is quite significant. So if we quickly just go here to the board, we're going to have to move the MJX. The MJX moves off, and I'm trying to get away from the shadows, moves off that list there and goes down to number 3. And I'm just going to quickly do that so we don't waste too much time, but it's the VW Polo is number 3. And number 2 will be this Traxxas Slash, Traxxas Slash. All right, guys, I think we have everything what we need to know. I'll put in all the details there, but it was a 31.08 time. It's a 34 kilometer. I'll put the mileage on there for those guys that like to look at it in miles an hour. But that's in kilometers right now, and we're giving this an 88 out of 100, okay, which I think is a very high score anyway. It's a high score, 34 kilometers an hour, 31.08, and this one was a 37.48. Okay, all right, guys, that's it from me. Thank you for watching the channel. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Remember to be kind, to be loving, and to enjoy the week ahead. Have a blessed week. And we'll see you soon. Cheers.